Hey, what's up? Miss Wolf here. This is going to be Solana price prediction for 2022. Solana is a layer 1 blockchain like Ethereum. The difference between Ethereum and Solana is that Solana, so basically there's a scalability trilemma or just like blockchain trilemma. So we have scalability, decentralization, and security. Okay, so Solana basically increased their block size. Okay, and when you increase your block size, you need bigger hardware, and when you need have the bigger hardware is, the harder it is for people, normal people, to get it. So for example, for Solana, for to become a validator, you need to have a supercomputer, and that's not very decentralized because nobody, not everybody can afford a supercomputer, you know. So that's like where that it's not decentralized, it's not that decentralized. And you know, so with but with Ethereum, you can become a miner or validator with just a normal laptop, like everyday laptop. So it's more centralized, decentralized, like way more, you know? So that's kind of like the thing between Solana and Ethereum is that Solana picks up scalability over decentralization. Like that's what they always do. And I don't like, I'm a huge fan of, you know, fast blockchains, of course, but I'm a bigger fan of decentralization. You know why? Because in the long term, decentralization, in my opinion, wins. If you think about think about history. Like history just now some people like say, "Hey Wolf, why are you comparing like apples to oranges?" And like I'm like, cool, I understand what you're saying, but you know, let me tell you an example. For example, you know, 1500s, you had king and queen, and then they made a baby, and that became the next king and queen or queen. You know, so the power was centralized. So it just went down the same people. Nobody else could came in the power. It just wasn't in the bloodline. So that failed. That failed. We don't have that anymore because it's not a sustainable. It's not great way to rule because you know you miss so many opportunities. It's not great. Okay. So more decentralized ways, people decide who is going to be the leader. Okay, so that's what, for example, one example of how decentralization won. And if you look at like America became great country, freedom of speech. It became like freedom of speech and freedom is literally decentralization. Okay, that's why America is like so wealthy country because it's just the first one to implement the freedom, like capitalism. Do whatever you want as long as you like are like do what you want, you know. So that's how we got great innovation there. Really, Silicon Valley, we got great innovators there. We got huge like people like the entrepreneurship is like it's a thing there. Like it's a people like it's a you can do what like people don't care about your last name. You can do whatever you want. You can start from like literally from trenches and become billionaire in America. It doesn't matter, you know. So that's true freedom. That's why I love America. I like America, even though I'm not American. And every country has its upsides and downsides. So I don't really, but that's the I love about that about America. It's just that mindset. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, apples to oranges. I'm comparing apples to oranges, but you know, like you can see, decentralization won, and that has that pattern repeats over and over again. So I think the same thing with blockchain. People don't care about decentralization, but when people care about decentralization is when it's too late. For example, if you look at BlockFi and Celsius and these kind of like lending platforms, people didn't care. They put their money there and get the steady API like 8 to 9%. However, when everything came crashing down and they halted withdrawals, then we're like, okay, now like that's centralization. They could hold your tokens, but with decentralization that doesn't happen. Okay, so that's a huge key that you need to understand. That's why decentralization is going to, in the long run, in my opinion, it's going to win. So I'm not a huge fan of Solana, but I think that you can still make a lot of money with it. But I think that the market is such in a way that it's going to get down. We're going to go down more. You know, around $4 to $1 range, in my opinion, for Solana. Cool. You know, if because it's the bear market is just absolutely brutal. If we just like think about 50% down from here, we are $15, and then a little bit of panic there, we're under $1. We are under $10, and then if we had some kind of like like a collapse or something like that, boom, we can shortly go to like $5 and then go up from there. I think that it's very possible. I think that it's possible. Uh, but I don't know how possible, like how the probability for it. But I think it's possible. That's why, for me personally, like right now, I'm waiting for these. Like if I want to get in these type of projects, I'm waiting, but I'm not going to get into these because these are centralized. I like the full decentralization. Like full decentralization is my thing because I think I can buy them and then I don't need to worry about them. They're fully decentralized. Like you know, So anyway, so that's my point here. Uh, if you want to see more of my like insights and hear more of my daily stuff, I do daily private newsletter for the members. Would love to have you here. So the golden ticket newsletter, we have 50 spots right now. Let's refresh it because the spots go very fast. Yeah, 15. So see you inside. Don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.